Hello, and welcome back to Diecast Graveyard. My name is Paul. Today we're going to be restoring a custom Fleetside. Now this is one of the original Sweet 16 Hot Wheels, and this car will be going into my giveaway of a completely restored Sweet 16 set. Now this car here is pretty unusual looking. It kind of reminds me of an El Camino from Chevrolet. They're pretty cool cars. They've got a cover that goes across the back, a tonneau cover that happens to be missing off this one. We do have a reproduction that we got off of eBay, and we're going to have to completely strip this down and go over it and replace the wheels, etc. But you'll see what we have to do. So without delay, let's go ahead and get started with this restoration. I've already drilled out the posts. Let's go ahead and take the car apart. It looks definitely well played with. Now the body here is missing a lot of paint. The black top will definitely have to be repainted, but overall the body's nice and shiny underneath. There doesn't appear to be too much toning, but you definitely can't trust that because once you get the paint off, you never know how it goes. But we're going to strip that down. Now, it looks like somebody tried to repaint the body parts on here and in the grill and in the back end. The tires need to be replaced, which is no big deal. And the base has to be cleaned up and polished. We'll use that lime away and water mixture. The windshield's in not too bad a shape, but we definitely need to polish that up and clean it up. Interior needs to be cleaned up with a toothbrush and some soap and water. And we need to get that replacement tonneau cover for the back. Well, let's go ahead and get the car into the paint stripper. I use citrus strip, but I do have other kinds of paint remover here. I've got aircraft paint stripper, which I bought a bunch of cans of it before they stopped selling it in the stores. Now I think you can get aircraft stripper again, but the aircraft stripper, the original stuff, they changed the formula. It doesn't seem to work as well, and it sure seems to stink a lot more. But I use the citrus strip because it's very reasonably priced and it's very easy to get at Walmart and places like that. It doesn't work as fast as the aircraft stripper, but it works pretty good. It just takes its time. Now let's get the base into the mixture of lime away and water. It's a 50-50 mixture, 50% lime away and 50% water. And you just want to make sure you got enough to cover the base. Now, if you get the mixture too much or get too much lime away in there, it's going to work a heck of a lot quicker, so you got to be careful. Now, I filmed the entire sequence of it inside the lime away and water, but I've definitely sped it up here. So let's go ahead and just let the lime away and water do its magic. That's pretty cool. This is sped up 3 times. A lot of times you don't get to see this. This is pretty interesting. Kind of like sitting around watching the cars rust or watching the grass grow outside. But hey, like I said, it's something that you don't get to see all the time on the videos. Alright, that's been approximately 3.5 to 4 minutes. Let's go ahead and take it out. And let's get a brass brush and we'll scrub it down. That was pretty neat. Get that brush and let's go ahead and scrub it. Try and get away that tarnish on there. And then when you're done, if you want to, you can go ahead and polish up the base. Sometimes it's not necessary. Now when you're done scrubbing it down, go ahead and put it in some water and get some soap and a toothbrush and scrub it down just to get all that residue from the lime away off there. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, that looks nice. Let's go ahead and get it cleaned off with soap and water. Now it's time to change out the tires. I got 4 medium tires on there, and these are the bearing style wheels. Put a thumb on either side and put equal pressure on those tires to go ahead and pull them off. These ones are coming off fairly easy. If it's giving too much resistance, or if it looks like your axle is really sloppy, don't pull the tire off. Go ahead and cut the tire off with some snips. Now let's go ahead and get these new shoes on there. That's looking good. I got these tires at the Redline shop. They make some great aftermarket things to help you restore your red lines, and they've got all kinds of things to help you out, like glass and engine parts, and they've got that beautiful Spectre Flame paint, and they've got some other enamel paints too, and the paints are absolutely phenomenal. They got a full line of decals and a lot of other things that you can use for the restoration of your Hot Wheels red lines. Fantastic stuff. John at the Redline shop, his customer service, his shipping is second to none. Go visit the Redline shop at www.redlineshop.com. That's looking nice. Alright, well, we'll just have to go in and put those details in the front and the back. There you go, www.redlineshop.com. Looking great. Now we've got the body all cleaned up. We're going to blow the dust off of it. We've cleaned it down with degreaser. Very, very important step there. Make sure you clean it good with degreaser before you paint it. You don't want to have the oil from your fingers on there because your paint job will turn out like crap. We're going to start off with a mist coat. And we're going to restore it in the original orange that it was when I got the car. Try and get all the hard to reach places first. That's looking good. Nice. We're just going to get that light tack coat on there. Just enough to start to color the car, a light mist coat, and then we're going to let it sit for about 4 or 5 minutes. This will give the car time to start to set up and get tacky. This will give any additional coats of paint something to grab onto, and it will make your paint job look fantastic. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that little bell to be alerted to any future videos that come out. We've just about got enough on there for the light tack coats. Now, when you're spray painting, I've got a small spray booth here that I got off of Amazon, and it works pretty good. But there's still fumes inside the shop when you're painting, and you got to be really careful when you're painting and you got paint fumes out there. It can definitely hurt your lungs. So you need to have the proper safety gear. I happen to get myself a nice face mask here that I wear when I'm painting. It's got a nice filter on the inside, and it's got replacement filters for it too. But this is a fantastic mask for you to wear when you're doing your spray painting. Alright, we've let it sit for about 4 or 5 minutes. Now we're going to come in and get some heavier coats, and then towards the end we're going to get a really nice saturation coat. That orange Spectre Flame paint is turning out fantastic. I'm really happy with the way this is looking. This is looking really sweet. Look at how shiny that is. Now you mix hardener with this paint, the Spectre Flame paint. The ratio is 5 to 1. 5 drops of paint, 1 drop of hardener. Depending on how much, I mix up about 2 milliliters of the paint with about 1 milliliter of the hardener. That's just my mixture, but you should follow the manufacturer's specifications when it comes to spraying this paint, because it definitely will come out absolutely beautiful. Man, look how nice that's coming out. Super shiny. Alright, well, we're just about done with this. We're going to need to put it in the cabinet and let it sit at least overnight. put it in the cabinet or some type of container so you don't get any dust on it. Let's let it set.
Waiting for the paint to dry.
Now we've got the Fleetside all taped off to paint the roof black. I'm using the black vinyl paint from the Redline shop. Now this paint is one of the few paints that they sell that you can actually spray it right out of the bottle. Now you only need a little bit, which this is exactly what I do. Is I pour a few drops inside my gravity feed airbrush just like that, and I put a nice light coat on there. I spray directly at the tape when I can so the paint doesn't leach underneath the edge of the tape. This also helps develop a seal on the tape, so when you paint a little bit of a heavier coat on there, it doesn't leak underneath. That's looking good. I let it dry for a few moments, and then I put it maybe a little bit heavier coats on there, and the vinyl texture of this paint is absolutely incredible. It works really, really good, and it looks just like a vinyl roof. I'm really happy with this product, and I endorse it 100%. You've only got to do a little bit. Now when you're done, the best part about it is whatever you don't use, you can pour it right back into the bottle. This is what we started with. An old, tired Fleetside, but it definitely had good bones. The orange paint, that's what we used to restore the truck. We painted the black vinyl roof on top. We polished up the windshield as best we could. I probably could have dunked it in gauzy another time, but maybe at a later time. I've got that option if I want to. And I've got a replacement tonneau cover for the back that I got off eBay. Now, the Redline shop sells a lot of these parts, but there are many other people that sell these aftermarket parts to help you restore your Redlines. And they make them look really good. It's a lot of fun. And folks, you know what? You can do this. If you follow the steps that we show you in these videos, you can do this. I promise you. It's a lot of fun. And this is what we got to. Look at that beautiful paint job. Orange Spectre Flame paint. It's absolutely incredible. It's once you polish up the body and you spray that Spectre Flame paint, this thing turns out beautiful. You've got that really super sharp black vinyl roof. You've got the replacement tonneau cover in the back. Brand new sneakers from the Redline shop. And man, we got the base polished up. This thing would be beautiful in anybody's collection. Now the best part is this car also is going in my Sweet 16 collection to be given away at the end of March. And this is going to be a member of that Sweet 16 club. Now, go ahead and sign up for it. There's a video for 2,000 subscribers. Get on there and reply with Sweet 16. Now I've got a Patreon page. I've got a Patreon page where you can become a member of the Diecast Graveyard team. I want to thank Chris Smith, Jim Silva with his YouTube page, Stacy Wright, Daryl Begtel, a really good customizer in his own right, Aaron Murphy, one of my very first subscribers and one of my first members of the Patreon team, and as always with his generosity, Mr. William Robinson, Mr. K7. I can't thank you folks enough for everything you do for me and my channel. Now there'll be a link to join my Patreon page where you can help to help keep my channel going. All the money that I get off the Patreon page goes to help buy my supplies so I can keep this page going. And that's what the Patreon page is for, folks. Join up, sign up. You'll get access to my videos before they become public. I'll send you pictures of works in progress. I do a monthly drawing for prizes, and sometimes I give away the cars that I actually do in my videos. So please join my Patreon page. You could definitely help out Diecast Graveyard. I want to thank you for joining me on the Diecast Graveyard video channel. We've got a lot more videos coming up in the near future, and I enjoy making these videos for you. If you'd like to see something, just please let me know in the comments. Y'all have a great day and take care.